We've invested a little over $1 million in new equipment every single year for the past 5 years. So there's always new stuff coming, always things changing.
If you bring us a challenge, we'll figure it out. Automation has been one of the keys to our success. We'd rather have our guys focus on higher learning and setting up and doing things not so repetitive. Good morning. Welcome to Avers Machine Gear and Innovative Racking Gear. We're out of Schiller Park, Illinois. My name is Torres. This is Chris Wellman, our president. Thank you for Practical Machinists for bringing us available today. Bring this video and show you a little bit of our shop. We're in Schiller Park, 36,000 square feet, air conditioned, 60 employees. We're specialized in CNC turning, milling, gear cutting, rack manufacturing, and thread grinding. Throw it over to Chris, see what he's got for us today.
In addition to Avers Machine Gear, one of the other brands we have here is Innovative Rack, but we have another facility, Fox Tool, which you won't see today, but they're an AS9100 aerospace shop. So one of the things that we've been doing a lot here at Avers Machine Gear is automating. As you can see, we have an Okuma with the AWR Fanic robot on it. We've had a lot of success with letting our operators set up and spend 70 to 80% of their time setting up and only 20% of their time loading the machine, whereas before it was 20% of the time set up and 80% loading and operating the machine. So we've had a lot of success with that. We run 2 shifts. Typically we're running 2 shifts Monday through Friday with some overflow on Saturday.
We started off with 1 robotic arm, have worked our way, and now we have 3. Like Chris mentioned, automation has been one of the keys to our success. That and investing back into the equipment, into the company, employees with technology and basically tools and latest and greatest. So here you'll see, I like to call it a small, medium, and large on the robots, but we have 1 employee basically working on this station here, keeping these going. It takes a lot of the grunt work out of it. We'd rather have our guys focus on, higher learning and setting up and doing things not so repetitive, because I think we put ourselves in their situation. If we had to be putting and taking parts all day, we'd probably be bored at it, right? So pulls them away, have them take a step back, think bigger picture. So, and I think the employees have appreciated that.
In our lathe department, we've got 20 CNC Okumas. They're anywhere from 2-axis all the way up to 7-axis. We try to do as much one and done as possible, but typically our sample size that we run is going to be somewhere between 20 and a couple hundred pieces. That's our normal run. So we're not set up to run thousands and thousands of parts every single day in all of our machines. We're a job shop, so we don't exactly always know what's coming, but we help our customers whenever we can.
But we have taken on, last couple of years, we did a project for one of our customers that required, I think it was 50,000 gear racks that we manufactured over a 2-year span. So if you bring us a challenge, we'll figure it out. But it's not something that we do every day, but we could definitely handle it. If you come down this way, you'll see some of our other lathes. Here you'll see one of our largest lathes, LB4000. We're primarily a Okuma shop. Right now you'll see this machine that's turning. There's no one in sight, which is a good thing. And this machine has live tool on there. Can handle larger sizes. That directly correlates with some of the gear cutting that we can do now. We can squeeze up to 20 inches in here, and we can hob up to 18 and a half. This is a machine that's got bar feed, live tool. It's even got a hobbing head on there. So once we have certain jobs that go in there and be finished in one operation, basically just knock off an end. So it really helps, another piece of automation on there.
So one of the things that differentiates our company from other machine shops is we do a lot of gearing. And gearing is part of our background. I've been in the gear business for over 30 years now, We have 3 CNC hobbing machines. One of them has automation, which will do automatic loading and unloading of worms, worm gears, spur gears, helicals, a number of other special forms that some of our customers need us to run. We love to get gear orders. It keeps all the turning machines busy. It keeps all the milling centers busy. And it's great to be in this niche market.
But we're also doing gear cutting simply only for other machine shops that have gearing customers or other gear companies that maybe can't handle fine pitch gearing. So we'll take on some of that offloading and provide a service for them and typically turn things around in 1 to 2 weeks. So that's been really helpful in keeping flexibility here, keeping guys busy. So, but as you can see, we've expanded our capabilities. In 2015, when we came to Avers, it was basically running all parts that fit in our hand. Most of the stuff was just small diameter, 2.5 inch, 3 inch. Throughout the years, we've expanded, and now we're doing 18.5 inch diameter gears, 1.5 DP, just really, grown from there.
And besides all the small, fine pitch spurs and helicals, we do a worm product. And so we utilize the machine to automatically load and unload with special carbide cutters to cut a number of different types of threads. And besides the smaller fine pitch stuff, behind you you'll find a new machine, one of our larger knee deck GD30s. This machine will cut down to 2 DP. It'll go up to 20 inch diameter, right still in the same sweet spot of all the size ranges that we can turn. We're typically turning, milling, and machining everything that's 20 inch diameter or smaller for all of our gearing. So the other thing that we do here at Avers Machine Gear, an innovative rack, is we make racks. And so in order to make racks, we have to machine those blanks. They have to be done very accurately. We have a number of larger Haas machines for that. We have 3 VF7s, a VF10, a VF6, and an extended VF5. These machines do a great job for us for holding all of the precision milled blanks that we need for our rack cutting operation. Now we get to our rack product. In our rack department, we've got 6 CNC rack mills. We have a new one actually on its way that should be here in December we're very excited about. That'll give us the latest and greatest technology of any rack manufacturer on the planet. When we talk about racks, so we discussed the blank, so it's precision machine blank, and then we're cutting the teeth in all of our rack machines. Typically when we cut teeth, we're holding to an AGMA Class 9 tolerance, which gives us really quiet and precise racks to run with the mating gear.
Racks are typically used for linear applications. A lot of our customer base is for automation, medical, cranes, and heavy equipment use.
In addition to machining all of our rack blanks, a lot of times we have to hold flatness, parallelism, surface finish for all of our blanks. So we have 2 CNC large, actually 3 CNC surface grinders. These are the 2 larger ones. And typically we're holding flatness within 5/10, holding a 32 micro finish or better, and keeping everything straight and parallel.
Okay, so here you'll see our Doosan 5-axis. We got a pallet system on there. Got 8 pallets on there. You can run the same job. You can run different jobs on there. Sometimes you got multiple orders set up and have first shift run one, second shift run another, but this machine's really helped us out. Basically advance our skill set, reduce setups, run parts more efficiently, and it's just really taking our company to another level when it comes to technology. So luckily we've been able to bring someone in that could program and all that stuff like that, and again, it's really helped us excel. But with all that being said, there's also automation that in the new technology we have in the pallet system, so been really helpful. Then we'll move on over here. We have our horizontal. The horizontal machine is, we run this 2 shifts every day. You're basically loading parts here while the machine's running. So the machine's constantly always running. So as you're loading, it's running. Once it's done, it switches pallets it's running while you're loading, as opposed to a typical machine. You're loading the piece on there, it runs, and you got to stop, unload it, load the next one. This thing's continually running, so it's always helping with production.
When we talk about machining centers, and we're just talking about 3-axis, this is one of our newer, larger machines. This is an Okuma 660 Cat 50 machine. Very, very strong, very accurate. We talk about automation, and sometimes automation isn't always a robotic arm. In this particular case, a lot of times we'll have 7 vices on here, and we'll require the operators to open and close all vices when we're having them mill a large rack. And so what we did was we have a hydraulic system where with a foot pedal and a toggle switch, we can open and close all 7 vices all at once, which saves time and takes a lot of load off of the operator.
So here we'll come down and you'll see this is our receiving area for our bar stock. Luckily we have cranes, so we're able to have trucks come in, get unloaded. We have a remote control crane, so the operator could be basically anywhere in this radius as he's unloading. We have 2 Amada saws that are automatic. We're able to load bars on there, again, automation, right? So they're able to have these loading while he's doing other things, thinking ahead of what jobs to cut and whatnot. So these machines, when we're really loaded, they can run 2 shifts unattended. Typically, Chris likes to, before he goes home, he'll load a bar on there and just let it, run lights out.
When we get really busy, we'll start carbide cutting. So both machines have carbide cutting technology, and we basically set and forget. We run these unattended, typically 12 hours of the day when we have enough work to keep them going.
This is our shipping department, a very important part of our business. A lot of the accounts that we have will have inventory and they release off of it, so quick turnaround is vital, and we're able to turn parts around quickly. Sometimes we get orders same day, and they, early in the morning we'll put that release in and they'll ship out.
One thing we like to do is we like to try to differentiate ourselves between our competition. We have a laser engraver, so we will laser engrave parts. A lot of times when our customers don't even demand it, but we like to separate ourselves a little bit from our competition. But this machine is outstanding. It's a trump. It's almost like a copy machine. It's just so easy to use. You just put the part in, program it, and it just repeats over and over. One of the things that we've done at Avers, which I think is very important, is we have an intranet. And what does that mean? That means that all of our machines, all of our programming stations are all connected inside these 4 walls, but they're not connected to the outside world. That keeps us safe. We can't get hacked by viruses or other computer threats for ransomware. We have a vending machine that keeps all of our tools and our inserts and everything that all the guys need. Everything at their fingertips right here with pictures and descriptions of what the right tool is to choose for the right job.
I wish the vending machine had Doritos and Snickers, but it doesn't, but gets the job done.
So at the beginning, we mentioned that we were an air-conditioned facility. In addition, we have an inspection room that is also temperature controlled. We have 2 CMMs. One of them is a Zeiss with a 5-axis positional head. We also have a CNC gear checker that checks all of the involutes, profiles, spacing, run out of all the gears that we make. I think it's really important to note that anything that we make here in our facility, we can inspect and certify for all of our customers. We're an ISO 9000 certified company, and because of that, we need to make sure that we can check everything that is on the blueprints for all of the parts that we manufacture and provide.
You'd be surprised, not all companies are able to check their products in a lab like this. We found out throughout the years, so it's something that we're firm believers that, you make parts, you gotta be able to check them and certify them, make sure that they're good and validate them, and those, what you would think is a little thing, but goes a long way with customers.
We're constantly reinvesting in our business. We've invested a little over $1 million in new equipment every single year for the past 5 years. So there's always new stuff coming, always things changing, and I feel like in this industry you always have to embrace technology and always look at the new great things that are coming down the pipe and see how you can not only just purchase them and bring them in, but adapt them and utilize them to make all of the parts that you need to make for your customers. It's really exciting to get a new piece of equipment and see it working faster, making higher quality parts, and taking less load off of our operators and setup guys so they can focus on other things.
We're firm believers that if you're not getting better, then you're getting worse. And in this industry that's very competitive, you kind of always have to be on the cutting edge when it comes to technology. So between equipment, software, tools, people, I mean, you just constantly got to be reinvesting.
Thank you guys for visiting Avers Machine Gear. We appreciate the opportunity to show you our company and let you know what we're all about.